Hello guys, Darius6 here, back with another What If, and welcome back to the channel. If you haven't already subscribed yet, make sure to do so and turn on all post notifications to be aware of every single time that I post another What If or video in general. Thank you for the support, and we are very close to 4K, so thank you for that. And yeah, the like goal for this video is 250, so with that being said, let's get into some other parts of the video and like introductions and then the story. Anyways, let's go. This video covers gods from multiple degrees of religion, so if any of you guys are from a religion that I mentioned a god from, please don't get offended. Naruto is from the planet Eunice. This planet spawns powerful youth, and they're the future gods of the world. Gods are considered angelic by nature and heritage also. The population of Eunice is about 1,400 people, and 1,200 of them are godly deities. Eunice is located 630 light years above Earth as well. Eunice was created by an all-powerful god named God, or he also goes by Kami. He's the god of all gods, and he's the literal and figurative interpretation and image of good and holy. He birthed all gods and planets from the palm of his hands. The weaker, more lower-level gods are shipped off to lower life planets like Earth, and the more talented are placed in higher intergalactic nations to find a planet of their own. Naruto was shipped to Earth, where he was told to become a praise god, though he could not remember what to do, nor what his species was, though he did remember his siblings and his family, except for his mother and father. Also, one thing to mention is that the aging process of angels is very different from humans. So say 1 year for humans is about 100 years for angels. Yes, that vast. Though Naruto is immortal, and though all angels have the gift of immortality, there are still ways to kill an angel. So I'm going to go through a couple of those. 1, stealing an angel's grace. Grace is what makes an angel pure and pristine. So if you take that away, the angel will start to deteriorate and die unless brought back to their homeland and healed. 2, if they get stabbed with a weapon called the Blade of Eden, or to angels, the Blade. Once stabbed by this blade, an angel goes into a sleep-like state and can die. 3, unnormal, yes, but if an angel absorbs the life force and power of another angel and takes all of it, the angel would die. Anyways, now let's get back into the story. Naruto thought that he was a normal human being and was taken in by a regular orphanage, not knowing that he wasn't human. For a 3-year-old Naruto, he produced an excellent vocabulary as well as thinking. He was easily able to deduce patterns and generally avoided some other kids at the orphanage because he believed that they hindered his progress in learning. Wings then started to grow on Naruto's back at 4 years old, as typical for an avid angel, but the orphanage staff didn't see it that way. A lady named Korina Kyoto took Naruto into the medical room and tore apart Naruto's wings with her bare hands. This caused excruciating pain to Naruto, since it would be the equivalent of ripping off both your arms and legs to an angel. After she was done, Naruto laid on the ground, teary-eyed and exhausted. Though the moment that they were ripped off, the area of the wings cleared and patched up entirely and only left scarring where the wings once were. Naruto started to hate the humans around him and started to learn that he was quite different from them. When he was cut, he didn't bleed. When he ate larger quantities of food than others. No other humans he saw had wings. He could fly. He was naturally smarter, and he was different. Also in this What If, Kushina and Minato are not dead since they didn't have a child and the Nine Tails remained with her. Naruto went to Minato and asked him if he could become a genin, since he wanted to become a genin, make good money, and be independent on his own. How he liked it. Minato told Naruto that he would have to wait 2 more years in order to become an actual genin, because you can only become a genin once at age 6. Naruto said that how about if he beats Minato? Minato, being opposed to this challenge, would say fine, agreeing to a battle with Naruto. Naruto flew in a white flash towards Minato. Minato used the flying Raijin, confusing Naruto and making him on an edge. He then threw 3 kunai to preoccupy Naruto and kicked him in his chest before using a Rasengan and making him indented into the ground. Minato shook Naruto's hand, and he was shocked. He told Naruto that he fought well, and was the first kid who had ever challenged him. He put up a great fight. Naruto smiled, and shook his hand back. He wondered. He contemplated. No other human had been so nice to him before. Maybe not all humans are bad after all, he thought. He thought to himself, maybe he should purge the world of evil and erase it from the planet Earth. Then everyone would be happy. Minato told Naruto to come back to him in a year so that he could see how much he had progressed. Naruto then went back to the orphanage and brutally murdered the nurse who destroyed his wings, as well as all the people who hit or beat the children at the orphanage and had been abusing them. His wings soon grew back, but they were a light black with red parts in between, though the color of white in his wings still showed a little bit. It was tainted. Naruto wondered why his wings were like this now, but didn't think much of it. As he destroyed more and more evil, Naruto's wings turned blacker and blacker until they were completely dark. He had lost his holiness, his grace, his kind-hearted nature, and his light. He had fallen, and now he was a fallen angel. This is because Naruto went on killing the humans that were created by Kami and took things into his own hands instead of letting things naturally happen on their own. Instead of his attacks being light-based, they were now enhanced by darkness and evil hatred. And just overall, Naruto was unnatural. He trained and trained in order to better himself and started to do greater deeds. His ideologies had changed, and now he believes that there are good humans and bad humans. And that's just how Earth works. At age 6, Naruto had created many of his own jutsu and was learning at a fast rate. He also learned that he could use his hands to heal people, similar to medical ninjutsu, though it doesn't require any chakra. Naruto began making a name for himself as Naruto, the Savior. He helped people with whatever they needed, and this was starting to make people aware of what Naruto was doing in Eunice due to the happy, high morale signature in the Leaf Village where they sent Naruto. Hermes, the brother of Naruto, and the god of messaging, and many other things, knew of this as well. He was also known for his speed, so he was able to get to Earth fast. They sent him to come bring back Naruto. They wanted Naruto to return because they think that he accomplished his job of becoming known as a godlike figure. Hermes, in 2 minutes, got to Earth and landed in the hidden mist village. From there, he sensed Naruto's angelic presence and divine entity, so he made it his way. When he got to Naruto, he saw him training behind some bushes. Naruto felt something was near, but brushed it off. Probably some birds. Hermes then came out of the clearing. You should have been able to sense me, brother. Has Earth made you weak? Naruto questioned Hermes, wondering what he meant, and it made Hermes wonder. It's been centuries, brother. How have you been? Has Earth treated you well? Naruto thought to himself that Hermes must be exaggerating, but Hermes wondered, had Naruto forgotten about their home or something? He was a little worried. Hermes told Naruto that Eunice is their home, and they must go back. Naruto wondered where Eunice was, not knowing where he had come from. Hermes told Naruto that Eunice is their native home, and if he doesn't want to come on his own accord, then he will be forced to fight Naruto. Naruto agreed to fighting Hermes because, quite frankly, he doesn't want to leave Earth at all, and wants to fight someone for the thrill of it. Hermes warned Naruto that he could get hurt, and there could be a possibility of death, but Naruto continued to fight. Hermes swapped blows with Naruto before backing up and unleashing his divine heavenly power. A white glow sparked around Hermes, and he charged Naruto, sending him to the ground with one swift blow to the chest. Naruto struggled to get up, but he did, and went for a punch towards Hermes. Hermes perceived Naruto's movements and stuck his fingers out in a jabbing-like position. Naruto went right into this position, and it penetrated through his heart, causing him to cough up blood, as Hermes looked down at his brother and apologized. I'm sorry, Naruto, but whether you like it or not, you will have to come back to our home. Naruto then gasped as Hermes clenched Naruto's heart in the palm of his hands and ripped it out. Hermes sighed and picked up the body of Naruto before ejecting his wings and flying back home. When he got back to Eunice, Naruto's angel healing had kicked in, and his heart was fully restored. Naruto woke up in the heavens, panting frantically, and freaking out. A loud, calming noise of humming blew through the clouds, and it calmed down Naruto. He tried to trace back what had happened, and his heart skipped a beat when he realized that Hermes must have won. He was furious, infuriated that someone would bring him back to somewhere with no say. He didn't even know where he was. What is this place, he wondered. Naruto was then met by his father, who restored all of his forgotten memories. Naruto then remembered everything and wasn't mad at Hermes anymore. He thanked his father and asked him if he could go back to Earth. He wanted another chance. Kami allowed for him to do this, and he went back. Though before Naruto did, he just conversed with some of his other siblings before going. Anyways, with a blessing from his father, Naruto stormed Earth, landing in the Mist Village since he sensed a high death signature, making his presence known. He forced Yagura to be impeached, and the six-tailed Jinchuriki Yudikata was able to come back to the village and became Kage. He ensured that the village no longer had to fight to the death. It made the Mist Village a much more happier place. Naruto then went to the Sand Village to study the people there, and he stopped seeing Gaara. He also stopped Gaara from being killed in an assassination attempt. Naruto earned Gaara's respect from that point on, and he would never forget Naruto's aid. He then returned to the Leaf Village. In no time, Naruto was being praised as a god, and he was rising in popularity as well as faith. The Leaf Village loves Naruto, and he was finally ready to join the academy. So he did. Naruto was at the top of the class, outshining every person and obstacle in his sights. He soon found that it was a little boring, having so much power that you don't even know what to do with. It got bland. He then learned a sealing jutsu created by someone named Izuchi Uchiha. The seal is called the Weakening Formation Seal. Essentially, this seal separates your power inside of you and leaves it dormant, sealed away tightly. You can adjust the amount of power sealed depending on how much power you put into it. Naruto sealed 90% of his overall power into it and was just a little above Sasuke in terms of power. Soon, the bell test would come and Naruto, Sasuke, and Sakura would have to somehow take the bells from a Jonin Kakashi. Naruto was a little scared. For the first time in his life, he had to think before he acted in combat. So he did. Naruto devised a plan to put pressure on Kakashi and then steal the bells. Naruto, Sasuke, and Sakura charged Kakashi with tremendous speeds, rushing him with great power. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this what if, and make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. And the like goal for this video is 250. Sorry to cut it short. But yeah, I hope all of you guys took something from this video and at least enjoyed it a little bit. So to show your support and love for the series, if you do even, I don't even know if you guys like this series, like the video. Anyways, guys, I hope you guys all enjoyed this what if. I'm also going to be working on what if Naruto got Fugaku's eyes, part 3 probably sometime soon. And yeah, I hope everybody has had a great day, and I hope that this video made your day a little bit greater. Anyways, guys, I love you all. Peace.